Hi, I'm Tim Carter, AskTheBuilder.com, and I'm going to talk a little bit about a foundation height with respect to the grade around a home and the backfill. And you might see it over my right shoulder, and what you're looking at is a pretty serious mistake. Now, I want to let you know, I'm not the builder on this job. Somebody else is doing it. And also, if you discover something here that can help save you time and money, why don't you buy me a beer or two? Or you could buy me a lemonade. I really don't care. You can buy me ice cream. All you have to do is click the thanks link that's right under the video, and you'll see exactly what to do. I'd appreciate it. Let's get started, and let's look at this big mistake. In a previous video, I showed you they were backfilling this foundation. They pretty much have finished it. At least this part of it here. They still have this hole right here where they are dealing with the electric. They've put in the conduit for the electric. I think this is a geothermal loop that they've put in for geothermal heating. But let's look at the backfill. Big problem. Here's what you need to know when you build a home. The building code requires that from the top of the foundation down to where the dirt starts, it can range anywhere from 6 inches to 4 inches. It depends on the type of construction. If it's masonry, you can typically go 4. Remember, that is a minimum recommendation. You always want to have more foundation exposed. But here's what the code says. Let's walk up here and it should be a little clearer. Such a huge mistake here. You might be able to see it if I kneel down better. All right. The code says that in the first 10 feet horizontally, so if you measure out 10 feet, the ground out here is supposed to be 6 inches lower than what the dirt is back here. And that's because you want water to flow away from the house. In other words, you never want water to flow this way, all right? Well, guess what? That's exactly what's happening here. First of all, there's a big giant hill up through the woods. All of the water that's going to come down this hillside is going to come like this, because this ground is sloping right towards the house. Big mistake. So you have to have basically a shallow valley right about here, and then this valley should slope all the way out to the end of the house, and then the water can go around the corner. That's what should have happened, but that's not what's here. It's a big mistake. I see it happen all of the time. I can't begin to tell you how many telephone consults I do with homeowners like you who have water leaking into their basements. And the reason why, almost always, is because the dirt around the house was never done right. All you need to think about is just imagine if you could build your home on top of a mountain, literally, like right at the peak of a mountain. You would never have water flowing into your house, right? Why? Because the house is the highest thing. All of the ground slopes away from your house down the mountainside. Well, guess what? You can do that even on a level lot, right? How do you do that? Let's say your lot's pretty level. Why not build your house, the top of the foundation, I don't know, 3 feet out of the ground. 3 feet out of the ground. And then all of that dirt that was used to dig out your basement or your crawl space, go ahead on the outside of the house and kind of slope it up to the house, very gently. And even though you have some slope, your yard would still be pretty much level. But at the very least, all of the ground around the entire house would slope away from the foundation. That's what you must have. Nothing about any of this is hard. This is basic building science. But in this particular case, the builder or the excavating contractor messed it up. It's really sad. They can fix it, and maybe they will, but it's not fixed yet. All right, if you learned something new, why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you buy me a beer? All you have to do is click that thanks text link that is under the video and just buy me a beer or two. Dark ale, Miller Lite, iced tea, lemonade, maybe a bottle of wine. I really don't care. Could be mocha chip ice cream. Oh, nothing like mocha chip ice cream. It's my favorite. And you get it from Aglamisi's in Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, I'm Tim Carter, AskTheBuilder.com. If you want to discover more home improvement tips, go to AskTheBuilder.com.